Hi all, welcome back to another episode of our little adventure. In this episode I'm going to give you a general rundown of our internal storage inside the van and also our housekeeping solutions. Now just keep in mind that this is housekeeping solutions that works for us and storage that works for us. Every caravanner and traveller is going to have a different way of doing things, but this is what we have found works for us and our family over the last 2.5 years of full-time travel around Australia. So as most of you know, we have the New Age Road Our Adventurer Plus model, and it's got, you will see in our van walkthrough that we did a while ago now, we did some basic storage. Now things have changed since then, so we're constantly reshuffling things in our caravan. When we get something new, something has to go, and then we're constantly changing up the way that we store things. An important thing to note for traveling is that if something is bothering you in terms of storage, fix it straight away, because it will grate on you. So Mark and I are constantly shuffling things around in the kitchen, and then a few weeks later one of us will go, no, that doesn't work, and we'll just change it all again. So right now I'm going to start at this end of the caravan and go through how it all works for us and work towards the bathroom all the way down the end there. It's such a long distance to the bathroom. Okay, so this is my side of the bed here. We have these fantastic drop bear storage pockets, and I must say they have been a game changer in terms of storing the little things in our caravan. If you haven't heard of them, get onto their website, their Instagram, and have a look. They're really good quality products, and we have had these, they just stick on via Velcro to the wall and they haven't fallen off at all. They are fantastic, and they're quite weight bearing too. Okay, so we installed this coat rack, I think it was last year sometime, and it has been really good for storing hats. At the moment it's mainly beanies and jackets, but also good somewhere to put your wet jacket when you come in out of the rain. So really handy to have somewhere for those sorts of things. I keep all my clothes in this. I'm not going to show you that, you don't need to see this. This is more clothes of mine. My shoes go down here, and a few additional items like bags and things. Now up here is where I store my laptop, all my work equipment, and all of Liam's colouring in books and things like that all get stored up here. I can't actually remember what's in here. There you go. We've got our cookbooks on this side. The iPad usually gets stored up here for safe travel. Drone. We've got some microwave hot pots, spare hat for Liam. This is Mark's side of the bed, usually full of electronics and things. We just Velcro our TV remotes to the wall, and that way we don't lose them. This is for our Google TV, which is awesome. Drop bear storage pocket, again fantastic. Diesel heater remote, also fantastic. Now Mark has given me permission to open up his wardrobe. Now I wanted to show you these. These are Kmart storage hangers, and they have been a game changer in terms of storage and organisation inside our cupboard. So you can change the way the boxes fit in, and you sort of have to assemble them in there, but it works really, really well. And they just hang at the top here via these hangers, and they fit perfectly in these cupboards. So we got this hack from a Facebook group online, so thank you so much to whoever suggested that. Absolute game changer. Now up here on this side, Mark's installed some sticky hooks up here for his coats because they're a bit bigger than ours. Our TV, fantastic custom made pocket for Mark's laptop. Now before we had this pocket made up from drop bear storage, it was stored over there in that big pocket, which was a bit of a hassle because Liam was constantly getting in at it. This also has all of his hard drives and everything else that he needs for his work, which is really, really handy to have this here, because before this was just a blank wall that wasn't being used. Okay, on to under the bed. So our bed is on gas struts, and it just lifts up like this. It's a dream. There we go. Mark is really proud of this space, by the way. This is his storage baby. Okay, so under here we have power cords, external power leads, our fairy lights. Under here is the box that Mark crafted for the diesel heater. So the diesel heater is actually stored under here. It's secured to the floor, obviously, installed down there beneath that wooden box there. This is our barbecue kit. All of Costa's medication, so that's a good spot for that because Liam can't get in there. Now in this tub we store all of our spare electronics, gadgets, Velcro tabs, sticky tape, glue, hooks, basically any sort of fixing that we have. It's all in this tub, so it is a bit of a mess. There's also heaps of batteries and stuff in there. Another fantastic product from Drop Go Storage. Our mosquito coil and holders, which are awesome, and like lots of other bits and pieces that we're constantly going through that tub, but everything in there we use eventually, so there's no point in getting rid of it, so we like to have those spares there just in case we need them. Obviously a few bits and pieces of marks. Now our Starlink is kept under here as well. It's just the most convenient place for it, and we kept our Starlink box to store under the bed specifically to protect it during travel. Jumper cables down there, as well as a few other things stashed under here. And in this big blank space here is where our Navigator and New Age chairs sit in their cases, or in their bags, I guess, as well as our stools, and Liam's chair all goes here in this section. And it all packs in really well. Now it's taken a lot of shuffling, and when we first left we had swags and like a whole box of bedding under here as well. Actually, that's a good time to mention that now. I only carry one set of bedding for each bed. So I have one queen size flat sheet, one queen size mattress protector, one queen size doona, one queen size doona cover, 4 pillow slips. That's it. Now down here on Liam's bed, I have one fitted sheet. Actually, no, sorry, I've got 2 fitted sheets. I've got a spare fitted sheet, one single mattress protector, one single doona, one single doona cover, but he's got 2 extra blankets. And that's it. I don't carry any other spares. This top bunk also has a fitted sheet on it to protect it from the elements and all sorts of dust and things that comes inside as well. Okay, moving on to kitchen storage. I'll start with these top cupboards up here. So this one above the stove and the range hood. We've basically got all our bowls. We put this lining down to stop things sliding around, but it slides around a lot. All our plates, and then this is our dog. I know this is not very glamorous, but dog poo bag storage and a few other bits and pieces for the dogs. We just keep it there because it's really convenient. Secret lolly stash. Now up here, this is our first aid tub. Band-aids, medication, all that stuff in here. Slide out for spices, gravy, cooking things like baking powder, more spices and stuff. Now I've seen a lot of travellers convert all of their jars to silicone bags, sealable silicone bags. Just haven't got around to it yet, but it would definitely save you a few kilos in weight. We keep our mugs up here when we're not travelling. Up here we've got medication, mostly Costa's. I know he is not well, but that's okay. This is like our junk tub, tea, coffee, and this is basically where things go when we're travelling. So the fruit basket, which is this amazing thing here, gets put up here for travel. This is our paper towel holder, also very handy. We use a pop-out kettle. Our soda stream, which is new, so I'm not really sure where we're going to stash that yet. And I carry 4 tea towels, 1 oven mitt. Okay, down on the drawers here. I'll just open these so you can see what's in them. Now we've got this great tip for storing tea towels in this little secret compartment down here under this lower drawer. So all our tea towels are in there, which is a really handy spot. Okay, our IKEA chopping board rests on the bed when we're travelling, and we just move it over here when we're not using the stovetop, but it is nice to cover the sink as well. Okay, under the sink we have all of our cooking trays, muffin tins, baking dishes, sandwich press, our oil's usually kept in here, grater, blender. Okay, we only carry one pot. It's got a steamer attachment in it, small frying pan at the back, bowls and a cake tin. This is our hot water system here. And our accumulated stubby holders. This is a good spot for them because you can sort of smush them in there, which is handy. Okay, now cleaning products in the kitchen. This Fusion Lock has been an absolute amazing storage solution for the kitchen. So sunscreen, because we're using that every day, dishwashing liquid, soap, hand sanitizer. Now I use Co as a cleaning surface spray, as a general surface spray. It comes in a 2-litre tub, a 2-litre box, and this will last, like one refill will last me about 2 months, and then I refill it. Basically a 2-litre box will last us about 6 months, which is amazing, and it's pretty reasonably priced. And we've had this diffuser since before we left home, so it's lasted really well. Okay, under the oven we have another storage pocket here. This one's a bit tricky because the full-size can doesn't really fit in there, so we put our sewing kit in there. We've got some games. Mark keeps his nice whiskey glass in here. And I'm not sure why there's so much room in here at the moment, so something's obviously not being put back in there. And then down over here underneath the fridge we also have this pocket here. Now this one's much better for cans. You just line them up there, and when we're going off grid we'll pad this in so it doesn't shuffle around. Now over this side underneath the couch there's this pocket on the end of the couch. Now don't judge me, it's a bit of a mess in here. There's potatoes in here, more cans which I can probably move out over this side now, so I'll just leave those out for now to remind me. Our fans are also kept in here, our portable fans, and our wok. So we use our wok for cooking a lot, and this is the only place where it fits in, so we just sort of shove it in there. Okay, there is more storage underneath the couch where we keep our anti-flat kit, and we can access that through the pocket here on the end. We also keep our little shovel in there and a few other things. The lining has been falling off for a year. Okay, so our bins. We have a new age bin, which is fantastic. I think what I like about it is that you can zip it closed, and you can also secure the bag in with this strap. So we have 2 bins. We have this bin for dry things, and we have a wet bin. So this lives in the fridge. This is our scrap bin. It's got basically all food scraps in it, or anything wet goes in here, and that means that this bin lasts a lot longer without having to be thrown out. It's really handy. When we are somewhere that we can recycle, we usually just recycle at the bin, so I'll take the whole bag and then sort it out as I throw it in the bin, which is really handy. This just lives down here like that. And I will just mention that these are compostable bags that we use in our scrap bin. So we do try and minimise the amount of plastic bags that we use. However, a lot of places where you stay, where you have to be in a paid campground, require that you throw your waste out in a rubbish bag. If the skip bin or whatever, or the wheelie bin is already lined, I tend not to bother because there's already one bag being used there. Now in our overhead storage in our kitchen, this is our breakfast cupboard, so we keep all our condiments and biscuits, and usually our cereal goes up here, but we've got a few boxes of that at the moment, so that's not going in there. More snacks and things like that. Tupperware goes in here. And over here above the fridge we have our pantry. So this is constantly being reshuffled, and most of this will go in this tub for travel. So all of our heavy things are in this tub, just in case something falls over, it will spill inside the tub, which is really handy. Rice, pasta, and the flour. And there's a few other things at the back that we don't use as often. Alright, coming down to the bunk end of the caravan. Okay, so in Liam's bed, he has all of his soft toys. I know it's a lot, but you try and take a soft toy off of a toddler. And we store his pyjamas up here on this hook, and that's his beanie too. So we've got 2 hooks here that we used to use for book storage. This is his sleep clock. Parents of toddlers highly recommend sleep clocks. They are a dream. Book storage. I know it's also chockers, but hey, we'll sort that out at some point. And like I said, all of his bedding is kept on his bed. It's not stored anywhere else, which is quite convenient. We also still have a rail for Liam because he is quite an active sleeper. So this gets popped up on its hinges while he is asleep. Otherwise, he will roll out of bed. Now, we're fortunate enough to have top bunk storage, which is really handy. This is our new age washing basket. It's actually an outdoor bin, but we use it as a washing basket. Fantastic, especially for wet stuff because it's lined, so really, really handy for that. Backpack. This is our extra blanket for our bed at the moment because it's freezing. A few toys and stuff, and the washing tub rides up here. Oh, and we put Liam's bike on the top bunk, which also rides on our bed sometimes as well. So we've got plenty of room, which is nice. Okay, now this is what I call my laundry. So up here, so I just get my stool. So I have one of these little $5 Red Dot or Reject Shop stools, which Liam also uses as a toilet stool, and me being short likes to use it as well. So up here, nappies, dustpan and brush. This is for the Starlink here. We keep our pegs up here as well, and all the washing line stuff, which is currently outside. Now in this little white tub here, we keep microfiber cloths. This is what we use for cleaning. So we usually have about 10 or 12 of these. Most of them are in the wash at the moment. And when we do our cleaning, we just grab out one of these, or 3 or 4, however many you need. Use it for cleaning. It goes in the washing basket, gets washed, and we reuse them. So that goes back up here. Wet wipes are also stored usually up here. We are mostly out of those at the moment. This is our wonderful washing machine. We'll do another little demo video on how to use this, but pretty straightforward. This is our broom. Now we've had this since we left. It's been really, really handy to have a broom for outside purposes as well. Now it's got an extendable handle, and I've always just kept it here. I don't know why, but that's just the best spot. You just wedge it in there. It rarely falls out. This is the charger for our Makita batteries. So we use a Makita battery on our vacuum cleaner and also on our drills. And this whole charging station lives up here as well, which is a great spot for it because we can just grab it down and plug it in and charge it with the inverter on when we're off grid. Now in these cupboards down here is mostly Liam's stuff. We have lots of room, which is really nice. So shorts, underwear, t-shirts and long sleeves, socks, beanie. Our inverter's at the back there. This is a tub full of random clothes. And look at all those toys. My goodness, child. I will say it, I've said it before and I'll say it again. These bags for toy storage are amazing. I can't give you somewhere to buy them because they were made by Liam's gran, so cheers, gran. But we've had them for about 2 years now, and they are seriously awesome for toy storage. I've just lifted up Liam's bunk rail because I want to show you under here. Now you can lift up Liam's bunk and there is storage under here, but this is so heavy. So we've talked about installing gas struts, but we're going to need some pretty powerful gas struts. Like most of the time when Mark and I want to access under here, we have to do it as a team. One person has to hold up the bunk and the other person has to get out from under here, whatever it is that we need. So under here we have our annex. We have our fishing rods, we have our beach gear, we have our beach balls and footballs and basically any other item that don't fit anywhere else, it goes under the bed. So we've got a craft tub, spare bags and I don't really know what else is in there. Beach toys and, oh yes, our off-road scooter's under there as well. So we've talked about installing a external hatch for this one. Yeah, you can have a look, sweetie.
Can you open it for me?
Yeah, there you go. An external hatch just to make it easy to get these things in and out of here, especially like for the beach stuff. And I think we probably will eventually, but we just haven't got there yet. What are you doing? Up to no good, I'm sure. Okay, so moving on to the last room of our house, the bathroom. So we use full-size beach towels.
Down the street,
anyway, we use full-size beach towels. Now, I don't really like these, and Mark has agreed, because they take so long to dry. So we have talked about getting some thinner ones that are more quick dry, and we're just still trying to decide on what we want in here before we purchase them. We use Fusion Lock's hook in here. This is a Fusion Lock rail which we use to dry additional clothes and things like that. Fusion Lock hook, Fusion Lock rail here. Another Fusion Lock holder in our bathroom, another Fusion Lock hook here. We took out our shower door a while ago and put in a rail, basically for weight and convenience, and we've just always used a shower curtain ever since. Really, really easy. And this also fits in the washing machine and comes up a tree, so that works out quite well. Okay, up here, toilet paper, shed toiletries for Mark and I, and my hair straightener, hair dryer, and that sort of thing is all sort of shoved up there in that one tiny little thing. Down here, more toiletries for everybody. This is some of our toilet chem that we use for cleaning the toilet. It is diluted, it's the red chem, good for cleaning the bowl, really handy for that. Now down here we store the rest of the red chem here. This is the concentrated version. I have two at the moment because one's almost empty. This is the Co I was telling you about. It's actually 4 litres. How good's that? So yeah, you've got to consider the weight there, but you can order it from anywhere in Australia and they'll deliver it to the post office, which is handy. Sard soaker. Yes, I say that this is a definite for us because our clothes get so dirty. Okay, kiddo. And we use them so harshly. Every now and again, you just have to put everything in a big tub and soak it and get all that dirt out. So this is really handy for that reason. So I always have some of this for those occasions. Okay, down here we also have our blue cam as well. So this is stuff that goes into our that-fed toilet. It goes into the canister. We pour it in after the toilet has been dumped, and it helps break everything down. Now this is what's recommended for our toilet, so that's what we use. Washing powder. Okay, so washing powder we keep in a snap lock container. We learnt the hard way of non-snap lock containers falling off shelves and the powder goes absolutely everywhere. So this is a good idea for that sort of thing, especially when you're going off grid. Okay, so bathroom cupboard, all cleaning equipment in here. So this tub, I only carry 2 bath towels. Basically I just have them on rotation, so this one and this one down here. When one's in the wash I bring out the other one and then they just get swapped around. Spare scrubbers for the kitchen, nail brush which is also used for cleaning, flannels, great for cleaning small dirty children. Okay, so we have in here Gumption. This is the most fantastic product for cleaning red stains off of the floor. So occasionally, I'd say like every 6 months, Mark and I will scrub the whole floor with Gumption and it will come up a train. We'll also do the shower recess as well and it comes up really nicely. Magic sponges, amazing for getting any marks off the walls in the caravan. So we've always got a stash for these as well. There's a few other bits and pieces in here, another scrubber. These are cloths that come with the coat. I haven't used them in the van because they will scratch the surface, so I'm not actually sure why I've got these. I can probably go. And tank cleaner, which we use every now and again to clean out our tank lines. Just repack that all in there. Okay, now this cupboard down here is really handy for storing the taller things. So car wash, degreaser. So we had these in the car, but they kept rolling around. It was really annoying, so this is a good spot for them. More hand wash refill, mold killer. Powerful stuff. Use it occasionally to clean the shower drain. Very occasionally. Mr. Muscle. Now I'm not sure I've got this because we haven't used it in a very long time, so I'll talk to Mark, maybe we'll get rid of that. Glass cleaner, great for the car windows. Insect repellent, Mortine. Now we don't use this very often, but occasionally we'll have an ant infestation and you just need something like this. Now, in saying that, I also carry some ant rid at the back here. It is still unopened, but once you have one really bad ant infestation, you don't want another one, so I now carry this. Paintbrush for cleaning the blinds of the caravan. Basically just give them a brush over and then wet this and then give them another brush and it comes up a treat. Okay, so the last thing is just our vacuum cleaner. So this is stashed here in the bathroom by this bracket on the wall. It's a Makita vacuum cleaner. Quite lightweight, which is really handy. It uses the same batteries as the drill set, which is also really handy for carrying batteries and the chargers and that sort of thing. I love that it's got a long handle. So before we just had a little dust buster and it was really annoying to use. So we invested in this one last year. It's also got this little nozzle attachment, which is really good for cleaning out the car as well. And yeah, basically that's all I have to say about that vacuum cleaner, but really, really handy to have a longer one, especially for full-time travel. Great for sand and dirt and dust in general.
And there you go. I know Clem showed you that we use the underbed storage for this purpose, but I just wanted to show you how I pack it. Everything needs to have a place. That's how we do it, and it's all wedged in nicely, stops it bouncing around. Nothing else can sort of go in there, nothing comes out. That's it. That's what goes in there. Same with the tunnel boot, but I'll show you that very shortly. So if you haven't worked out already, I'm not a shover. I can't handle seeing people's tunnel boots where they just shove everything in. Everything needs to have its place in our caravan. So this is the offside, so you can sort of see I'm carrying a little bit of spare oil there. Water hose bag, shade for the offside of the caravan over the fridge and the bunks, and then that's the other barbecue hot plate. The barbecue sits right here. And then the other side has our mats, our tables, the wheel chocks and things like that, and our barbie. So you can see in here, our tables sit like this. I've got a basket in there of our chemicals and stuff, like our aerosol sprays, and then under this mat in there is our camp oven and our Osprey, because we don't get to them as often. They live in the middle. And then yeah, two tables fit nicely, our fire pits here. This mat sits off to that side, our other mat sits there, and then wheel chocks and ramps are going to sit here. Everything has to have its place, and that's how it goes in. That's the only way it goes in. So it's a bit of a Tetris game. So Clem doesn't pack the tunnel boot, that's my job. Anyway, that's pretty well all the storage. Oh, and the front of the caravan. So we don't have a storage box or anything. So we've just got a bag here that just has one extra like drinking water hose and a bunch of connections and stuff, just spare, and then that's our grey water one. And then the jockey wheel just lives in that bag as well. I can't afford the weight for a storage box on the front. Can't afford the weight on the car, so anything else I put on the front there is just going to put more total weight on. So just a bag just for our stinky hoses essentially. Everything else lives in that other one.
Alright, I hope you've enjoyed the rundown. Now if you have any questions, just flick them through, and just keep in mind that this is storage and cleaning that works for us and our family, and what we've adapted to over the last couple of years. And saying that, if you've got any tips that will prove beneficial for us, please send them through as well. Alright, have a good one.